Good morning, students. Today we are going to study chapter number 6, Composition of Matter. But can you tell what is meant by composition? Composition means the parts that form something, and matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. Solid, liquid and gas are the three states of matter. We have seen in the previous standard that all the objects that we see around us and also those which cannot be seen are made of same or the other matter. Try this. Take some mustard seeds in a transparent plastic jar. Tie a long thread at the center of a big balloon by means of a needle. Stretch this rubber diaphragm and fix it on the mouth of jar by means of a rubber band. Pull the diaphragm up and down with the help of the thread, first slowly, then with moderate force and then vigorously. Record your observations in the following table. When you will pull diaphragm slowly, the mustard seeds will vibrate in the same place. When you will pull diaphragm with moderate force, the extent of vibration will increase. Seeds will move with more speed and more distance up and down. On pulling diaphragm more vigorously, the extent of vibration will increase more. All mustard seeds will move in random direction. In the above experiment, we give energy less or more to the mustard seeds by pulling the diaphragm up and down, making them move differently. The particles in the solid, liquid and gaseous state of matter have movement somewhat similar to that. An intermolecular force of attraction acts between the particles of matter. Intermolecular forces are forces that holds atom together within a molecule. The extent of the particle movement is determined by the strength of this force. The particles of solid are very close to each other and vibrate at their fixed positions. Solids are rigid and non-compressible. Rigidity is defined as the property exhibited by the solid to change in its shape. That is why when an external force is applied to the solid material, there won't be any change in the shape. This shows that the particles are closely packed and the attraction between these particles are very strong. Compressibility is a property by which the volume of a substance can be reduced or a substance can be made compact by pressing it. Solid particles are very close to each other and so solid cannot compress very easily. Particles of liquid are closely packed but not as much as solid. The strength of intermolecular force is moderate in the liquid state, though it is not strong enough to fix the particle in definite position. It is strong enough to hold them together. Liquids are not rigid. They do not have fixed shape and they also don't have fixed volume. Liquids have fluidity, means they can flow and their shape is not definite but changes in accordance with the container. The intermolecular force is very weak in gases. Therefore, the constituent particles of gases move freely and occupy all the available space. Gases are not rigid, but they are highly compressible. They don't have fixed shape and fixed volume. In this way, state of matter changes with change in intermolecular force. Depending upon arrangement of molecule, matter is classified into three types, that is solid, liquid and gaseous state. Let us see the table which shows characteristics of states of matter. There are three states of matter, solid, liquid and gaseous, and we have to classify them according to fluidity, rigidity, plasticity or elasticity. Fluidity is the ability of the substance to mold itself into the container in which it is placed. Rigidity is the ability of the substance to maintain its shape. So, fluidity and rigidity are totally opposite of each other. Plasticity is the ability of the substance to be molded into a different shape, and elasticity is the ability of the substance to come back to its original shape. Let us start classification. Solids are rigid, plastic and elastic. Solid substances can maintain their shape, therefore they are rigid. Certain solid can change their shape by putting force on them, so they are plastic. Some solids can come back to their original shape, so they are elastic. Liquids and gases are fluid because particles of liquids and gases can easily move and change their relative position. Solids and liquids occupy certain area, so they have definite volume. Gases do not have definite volume. Solids have definite shape because they are rigid and can maintain their shape. But liquid and fluid are not rigid, hence they have indefinite shape. Compressibility of the solid is negligible because there is very less space present in between the particles of the solid. Liquids have very small compressibility and the gases have very high compressibility because there is a lots of distance present in between the particles of the gas. So it can be easily compressed by applying pressure. Intermolecular forces are very strong in the solid as the particles of the solid are closely packed. Intermolecular force in liquid is moderate because there is a very little or moderate distance present in between the particles of the liquid. Gas particles are situated at very large distance from each other and that's why intermolecular forces between gas particles are very weak. Write the composition of the given material by means of chemical formulae and classify them accordingly. Let us start completing the table. First material is water. Its chemical formula is H2O. Water is a compound because a compound is a substance formed when two or more chemical elements are chemically bonded together. So in water, two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom is chemically bonded to each other. Hence, water is compound. Second is carbon. Its chemical formula is C. Carbon is element because it contains only carbon atoms in its pure form. Third is oxygen. Its chemical formula is O2 and oxygen is also element because element is a pure substance which can't be broken down into other substance. So here we can't break down oxygen atoms into any other substance. Next is air. Air contains gases such as oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and many other gases. These all gases are not chemically bonded with each other. Hence, air is a mixture. Next is aluminium. Its chemical formula is Al. Aluminium is element. Next is brass. Its chemical composition is copper plus zinc. Here, copper and zinc are not chemically bonded with each other. Hence, brass is a mixture. Last is carbon dioxide. Its chemical formula is CO2. Here, two oxygen atom and one carbon atom are chemically bonded to each other. Hence, carbon dioxide is a compound. This is the second method of classification of matter. In this method, the criteria used for classification of matter is chemical composition of matter. Matter is classified into three types: element, compound and mixture by considering whether the smallest particle of matter are similar or different and what are they made of. All the smallest particles, that is atoms or molecules, in an element or a compound are alike. However, the smallest particle in a mixture are of two or more types. The smallest particle of an element contain identical atoms. For example, each molecule of oxygen contains two oxygen atoms in bonded state. The smallest particles, that is molecules of a compound, are formed by joining two or more types of atoms to each other. For example, each molecule of water contains two hydrogen atoms joined to one atom of oxygen. The smallest particle of a mixture are atoms or molecules of two or more elements or compounds. For example, the main constituent molecule of the mixture, namely air, are nitrogen, oxygen, argon, water and carbon dioxide. Similarly, the mixture brass contain atoms of copper and zinc, while the alloy bronze contain atoms of the elements copper and tin. An alloy is a mixture of two metals or of a metal and non-metal. This figure shows a schematic submicroscopic picture of the types of matter, namely element, compound and mixture, and also their characteristics. Let us go through it. Example of element is nitrogen molecule. Its symbol is N2. So here two nitrogen atoms are bonded together, which forms one nitrogen molecule. Example of compound is nitrogen dioxide molecule. Its symbol is NO2. When one nitrogen atom combines chemically with two oxygen atoms, there is a formation of compound called nitrogen dioxide. Example of mixture is mixture of nitrogen and nitrogen dioxide. Here the molecule of nitrogen and nitrogen dioxide are separate from each other. There is not any bond formation in between them. Here white color circle represent nitrogen atom and blue color circles represent oxygen atom. Second example of element is oxygen molecule. Here two oxygen atoms are chemically bonded to each other. Second example of compound is nitric oxide molecule. Its symbol is NO, which contains one oxygen atom and one nitrogen atom chemically bonded to each other. Example of mixture is mixture of nitrogen molecule and oxygen molecule. So here we can see blue color oxygen molecules and white color nitrogen molecules, which are not bonded to each other because they are in a mixture form. Let us study the characteristics of element. In element, constituent substance is only one and it is that element itself. For example, in element oxygen, its constituent substance is only oxygen atom. And in element copper, its constituent substance only copper atom. All the atoms or molecules of an element are alike. For example, in element copper, all the atoms of copper are alike, means they are same in size, shape and color, and all the molecules of oxygen are same in size, shape and color. All the atoms in a molecule of an element are alike and are joined to each other by chemical bonds. So here atoms in a molecule of an oxygen are alike and are joined to each other by a chemical bond. Atoms or molecules of different elements are different. So here atoms of copper have different structure than the molecule of an oxygen. Let us study the characteristics of compound. Constituent substance of a compound is only one and it is that compound itself. For example, in compound ammonia, its constituent substance is only all the molecules of ammonia. All the molecules of a compound are alike. So here all the molecules of compound ammonia are alike, means they are same in size, shape, color and mass. The constituent atoms of a molecule of a compound are of two or more types and are joined to each other by chemical bond. For example, each molecule of compound ammonia is made up of two types of atoms, that is, one nitrogen atom is bonded to three different hydrogen atoms. The proportion of constituent elements in a compound is constant. It means chemical compounds always contains its components elements in fixed ratio by mass. Properties of compound are different than those of the constituent elements. For example, water is a compound formed from hydrogen and oxygen, where hydrogen is combustible, means it catches fire very quickly, and oxygen helps combustion, but water helps to extinguish fire. Let us study characteristics of mixtures. Constituent substances of a mixture are two or more elements and compounds. Atoms or molecules of a mixture are of two or more types. For example, mixture of sodium chloride and water contain two types of molecules, whereas mixture of air contains many types of atoms and molecules together. The constituent molecules of mixture are different from each other and are not joined by chemical bonds. In the mixture of sodium chloride, that is NaCl, and water, molecules of sodium chloride and water are totally different from each other. They are present together as a mixture, but they are not bonded to each other. The proportion of constituent substances in a mixture can change For example, pure air contains only 0.03% of carbon dioxide, but polluted air contains more amount of carbon dioxide in it. The properties of constituent substances are retained in the mixture because formation of mixture does not involve any chemical reaction or formation of bond between the constituent substances, and hence constituent substances do not change their original properties. Pure water is a compound formed by chemical combination of the elements hydrogen and oxygen. Whatever may be the source of water, the proportion of its constituent element oxygen and hydrogen by weight is always 8:1. Hydrogen is an inflammable gas while oxygen gas supports combustion. However, the compound water formed by chemical combination of the gaseous elements hydrogen and oxygen is a liquid. It is neither inflammable nor does it support combustion. On the contrary, it helps to extinguish fire because water is compound, and in a compound the constituents do not retain their individual properties. Milk is a mixture of water, lactose, fats, protein and a few more natural substances. The proportion of various ingredients of milk is different as per its source. The proportion of fats in cow's milk is 3 to 5%, while it is 6 to 9% in buffalo's milk. The ingredient water is naturally present in large proportion in milk. Therefore, milk exists in liquid state. The sweetness of milk is due to the ingredient called lactose. In other words, the properties of the constituent substances are retained in the milk because it is mixture. The next topic which we are going to study is types of elements. Try this. Take iron nail or sheet, copper wire, aluminium wire, a piece of coal and hammer each object with force. Now rub each object on a fresh surface of sandpaper and observe. Record your observations in the following table. Objects like iron nail, copper wire and aluminium wire have shiny surface, whereas coal do not have shiny surface. Objects like iron nail, copper wire, aluminium wire became flat after hammering it, whereas coal broke into pieces after hammering. The objects in the above activity are made of elements iron, copper, aluminium and carbon respectively. Above activity shows that elements has different properties like luster, malleability and brittleness. According to physical properties, elements are classified as metals and non-metals. After invention of new elements, a new type, metalloid, is also discovered. A detailed study of these elements will be made in the next chapter.